Yo, 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 everyone. It is Luna here. We are here with a romance anime tier list for this. We have a bunch of anime here, some of which I might not even know. And we're going to basically put a tier list of my romance anime that I think is god tier, top tier, high tier, upper mid tier, lower tier, bottom tier, shit tier. Haven't seen, don't remember, no opinion. Is kind of the categories. How I'm basing this on is my own personal opinion. So if you guys differ, feel free to debate with me in the comments down below. If I remember about We Never Learn, I thought this was a pretty okay show. It was something, I guess, new of the reverse harem genre where like the main character is very smart and then the bunch of girls are not as smart, but they all have a passion in which they wish to do and aim this for, and they're like opposites. So I'm excited to say, for me, I remember it. I enjoyed the characters individually as a romance anime, and their interactions together and the little bit of the etchiness of it. I'm going to say for me that this anime, though, was good. I will be giving it maybe a lower mid tier. I might change my mind because I don't really know this. Know how my ranking is going to be working at this current moment. The next one is Ayori Ayoshi. This one I watched like early 2000s. It was very ecchi heavy. I can't really tell you what the premise was. And for me, if it's not most romance anime, you will be able to tell this. I'm going to be like, oh, I remembered exactly what it is. This one, I really cannot for the life of me tell you what this one is about. I do not remember. I remember what the main female looks like and the male, but that is it. Any of the other side, this one was another one that was a harem anime, but I cannot for the life of me remember any of the other characters. And for me, if I can't even remember any of the other characters other than the main characters when it's a harem anime, then you just like to say that it probably wasn't as memorable as I'm thinking it is. So for me, I'm going to put on low tier because I can't remember anything other than the main characters. Nana. Okay, so this is some controversial shit, guys. This was a lesbian anime that needed to have the lesbians and just been a lesbian anime, but I guess people were scared at the time. Or, like, I don't remember it clearly in the anime. I'm not gonna lie. Because I was so... The brown-haired one, I was so annoyed with that Nana that I was just like, I can't even enjoy the other Nana's struggle and character development and plot because the other one was just so annoying, and like they try to split it half and half where they're showing both of their stories in tandem, but I just found that other girl, the other Nana, so annoying, and I'm like, it eclipsed it from my mind. So, sorry people, it is low tier. And it's purely just because I did not like her character. Do not get me wrong. I want to try to read the manga as it technically is getting a re-release and finishing it up, and I'm really excited for it. But at the current moment, it is for me. It's kind of mid. It's kind of low tier. I cannot tell you that I enjoyed it. No Dame Cantabile. And I'm honest, guys. This one is another one where the main female lead like threw me off because I think she was like a really big foodie or like super like hungry in one of the episodes, and I was just like, what? Huh? Like I think it was for the funny gag, but I did not find it funny. The next one up is Eden of the East. I don't know why they put this as a romance anime. Yes, romance is like a huge part of it, but it's like a mystery type element. And for that, I'm gonna put it in low tier because it's the main focus of this isn't them as a relationship as a couple. It's more so about the main male lead who lost his memory and is trying to play some mystery game thing. and trying to figure out what happened and continue to do that. So I'm gonna put this one on low tier as well, even though I enjoyed it. It's Kimi ni Toroke. Kimi ni Toroke, or For Me to You. So cute. I enjoyed the slow burn. I enjoyed the slow burn, I'm gonna admit this, but the season 2 of this anime was really slow and kind of painfully agonizing at times. But for me, I really enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed Sadako. Like, I even remember the names. I don't remember the boys' names. I'm never going to remember the males most of the time because, sorry, they usually recycle, like, the same couple of names, like, in the earlier romance anime. So I'm just like, they all have the same name. So for this romance anime, I am going to give it, for me, high tier. I enjoyed this one very much. Very, very much. I just saw that one of these is actually a BL and I'm fucking rolling. If you guys have never seen Shuffle, good for you. So I'm gonna explain myself here. Shuffle, for me, it was a beautiful, wonderful show. And I had opinions and feelings towards a particular couple. And I'm not gonna lie, they did the side character, the secret ending route for this one that you didn't know was a love interest, and that is the one he ended up with. And for me, at that time, as a young child, I was so upset that my favorite character did not get chosen as the potential main character love interest. And I'm not gonna lie, her crash out at the end, I felt was completely and utterly valid. But some people might say that it's not valid to try to kill someone just because you got your feelings hurt. And I'm like, that is fair. But because of I did enjoy the story, I obviously did not enjoy who he ended up with as the secret ending couple. I am going to put this at mid tier because I enjoyed the actual anime up until that point. Like, every character had a chance to shine and show that they could be a potential love interest to the character. I enjoyed that part of the process in this. However, they did show alternate endings because this is technically a light novel, based off of a light novel. I didn't enjoy some of the crashing out and some of the reasonings and developed plot devices that were used to explain how it was done, even though it was based off of the novel, the light novel. And so that's just my personal opinion why it's mid tier. Is like some of the endings I personally kind of wouldn't have had. Like, if I got the game, if I were to play the game, I would be very upset that my character had gotten that ending just because I do like her character. Kimmy Kiss, if you guys watch Stars Align, is very reminiscent of Kim Kiss. Because there's a lot of stuff happening in these characters' backgrounds and their own personal life that some of it's shown, some of it isn't shown. Some of the things, like, you gotta play based off of your inside knowledge for what's happening to these characters. And the romance is there as part of the front. I think this one is both about multiple different couples, but the main couple that you're really focusing in on, I didn't actually enjoy it. Mostly just because I think this is the one that technically talked about ending one's life and was not romanticizing it, but talking about it in a way that saying they could do things together. And this is if I recall this show correctly, it was pretty. I enjoyed some of the romance aspects. As an adult now, I would probably have to rewatch this to give an actual response to it. But I'm going to give this one a bottom tier because if I'm right based off of my information, this one deserves to be. And that's just my personal take on it. Shizuka, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the romance sports anime. This one, I'm gonna just put it on bottom tier because I personally did not care. I watched maybe like the first 6 episodes, dropped it. I could not get behind her and her struggles in track and basically their supposed love story that went along with it. So I'm gonna just put that in bottom tier for me. This is Ichigo. I'm gonna put it in here. This one is Zero no Tsukaima. I'm going to say this. I think I watched maybe half the first season and I liked it. But then I just stopped. So I'm going to put this one under a no opinion. I know of the ending and I know it's really, really sad. And I can't give, based off of my very limited knowledge and of me trying to remember what it is, a good score. This one is Shakugana no Shana. Honestly, guys, this is another one where I'm like, yes, there is romance in it. Why is this considered a romance anime? I wouldn't consider it one. I wasn't watching it for the romance. Like, it is a huge plot point in this, but it's not something that's necessarily prevalent. So I'm gonna put it in low tier, just because I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't say it is a romance anime. Now we got one of the BL. This one is Gravitation. This is so controversial. This one BL will get me canceled. I swear. Sometimes the hot take, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna explain myself more, that this shit, top tier. I'm not going into it. I don't give a damn what anyone has to say. The music was fire. The animation was skeptical. The romance between these two, even more skeptical. But was I there for that roller coaster? Was I there for the emotional manipulation and gaslighting? The fuck yes. So there you go. That is my reasoning. We're moving on. Alright, next one is Kaze no Stigma. Yes, this is I love to say that this one's like not a romance anime, but I really feel like this one literally was a romance anime, like fine family, powers, and conflict. But at the same time, they didn't end up together, as far as I know, like in the anime, because it only had one season, and I don't know what this one was based off of, or was an original series and stuff like that. But I did enjoy them as a couple. Not as a couple, but their interactions as a couple. I enjoyed their dynamic. I'm going to put this one as mid-tier just because I enjoyed them, like, in their interactions. The story and the plot devices being centered around their romance wasn't really the case. So I don't feel like it's romance anime, but I did enjoy it. And this is where I'm going to be going into today. Like, the next one that we have here is Deers. This one is Deers. It's a ecchi, kind of a harem anime. I enjoyed this one. I think this one was my first ecchi one that I really watched after, like, Green TV. And I did not mind it all that much. At times, I feel like for this one, I was a little put off by the situations that the female main lead and the dude were in, just because like I said, a lot of the times when I was younger, I was like watching some of these animes, is just like, this is probably something I didn't have to be watching, so I felt a little bit uncomfortable. But that being said, as an adult looking back on this show, I don't feel like it was, hard passing or something that would be like mind-boggling for me as an adult to watch currently. Did I enjoy it? Yeah, I feel like for Deers specifically, there was very little plot other than some of the situations that revolved around this main girl. And basically the whole gimmick of the show, which was, I think, she's an alien something or a robot. But yeah, like Chobits, but I think it was their alien. And so that being said, I'm going to put Deers in low tier just because there was not much plot there for this to actually be a romance. This one is Karakano. This one is an actual romance one. This one was actually really, really good about showing their true selves and following their own ideologies of, like, they don't have to hide their personalities with each other because they are in love, and there's no need for them to try hard or focus. And it was a good romance anime. I honestly enjoyed their struggles. I would say this one is actually going to go up in top tier. I do like Kirikano more than I liked Kimi no Toroke. Kimi ni Toroke. It's not the no. But Kirikano was just really, really cute. I enjoyed it. And this one, the English name is His or Her Circumstances, and I really enjoyed it. Next one up is Chobits, just mainly because I can see the main male character, and then I'm assuming this is Chi in the background. I'm not gonna lie. This one is one of my least favorite Clamp series of them all. And it's not because the romance wasn't there, the animation at the time period wasn't there. It's more so because unlike Deers, like I felt like the Deers character selection had more, like they had more character depth, but I feel like certain characters had more flavor, character depth than the main two characters in Chobit. And that's just me personally. I'm going to blame this on my memory being fuzzy, but I really don't think there was much character in the main character and in Chi where I really would felt attached to them and to be really rooting for them to get together and go on from there. Yes, they look cute. Yes, it was like a good like show. But as a romance anime, I'm going to probably put this at bottom tier just because I personally probably wouldn't say that they had much character development where them as a couple grew together in a certain way. I can say for surely for Deers that she growed, he grew. Same thing with these two. They had an understanding. These two grow. Even the Nana, Iori, all of these ones, all the ones up here, they had character development as a couple, individuals as well that I feel like had it. For Chi and the main boy, I really don't feel like. I really feel like they had much growth there. Now, next up is Kaicho no Maid-sama. Or Kaicho wa Maid-sama. But this one, or the the student council president is a maid, is in the English name. This one, I really enjoyed the main characters. I enjoyed the second wheel, sad half protagonist that is introduced later. I enjoyed the actual character arcs but I read the manga. So, this one had a very slow pace of, you get to see the development of their relationship over the course of the 2 years, I believe, that this takes place in. And I would say that this one, in my personal opinion, if I remember, this one is Shuffle. That's Kaze no Ste. I would put this as an upper mid tier, and I would personally say that is because Usui, who is the male lead, he never changed. You do get to see him having character growth with Misa. Forgot her full last name. Pretty sure her name is Misa. But basically, where they're able to like react and go together. But as an individual, I feel like Usui's personality, his traits, and about himself never really changed. And sometimes in a relationship you may not change. But I feel like in the instance of Kaicho no Maid-sama, it would have been good to see his personality. So I think it is an upper mid tier. I do believe it's better than Shuffle and Kaze no Stigma, personally. I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna just go here. I think this is this doesn't look like 1 Week Friends. This is probably the one with the very tall. Yeah, this is the Bokura ga Ita. I've never watched this. This is Bakuman. I'm just gonna go instantly. This one is high tier to mid tier. This dude became a manga artist. He wanted to become a manga artist, and he had a love interest that wants to become a female VA, and they literally made that shit happen. I wish I read the manga. I wish I could own the manga to tell you guys how this show ends, but I really loved this. I really wish they continued past the first season. I think it had 2 seasons. I wish it continued past 2 seasons, and it was so good. The animation was beautiful. The manga they were creating was awesome. Hiyoko Koi. I liked this one. This one was one of my favorite mangas. I really enjoyed it. I read the manga. I know they had like a short, like ONA OVA series. At least here in English. Not here in English. Here in America, I think it only came out as it only had OVA episodes. Please do correct me if there's a full adaptation of this, I would watch it. I'm gonna put this one. I enjoyed their couple. I enjoyed their character dynamics. Tall boy meets short girl, hit it off, becomes friends, super shy, super outgoing. A lot of tropes in this one, but I do enjoy the tropes. I'm gonna put this one as high tier. Next up is Sekaiichi Hatsukoi. I'm not gonna lie, I hate this fucking anime. I hate this BL. I do. I really fucking do. And before anyone goes and attacks me, it's not because I didn't enjoy the BL. Not because I feel like Junjo Romantic is just... That half has to do with it. But no. The main reason why I cannot get behind this one is the main couple, Ritsu Onodera, and I forgot the other the top in this anime. I cannot stand them as a fucking couple. I literally cannot stand them. All the other couples, including the random side pairings that we get to see, I love those ones way more than I do this couple. This couple drives me up a fucking tree and wants to beat me with it. And I'm just like, it is just so obnoxious. This main character is just so annoying that I literally cannot like him. And just because they are the main couple in the Sekaiichi Hatsukoi brings this show down to being a mid-tier anime because I cannot get behind them being together because of some fucking misunderstandings. Because I understand misunderstandings happen in a relationship. But the way that they went about this couple pissed me off, where even after they get together, they, have feelings for each other. I think they even literally almost get fucking married. I cannot stand them to this day. So this show literally has to go into mid-tier because I cannot be bothered. I cannot be bothered with that main character. I literally hate Ritsu Onodera. If anything, if he was just not the main character, I think I'd be fine. Next up is Uta no Prince-sama. Uta no Prince-sama, for me, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I really liked Uta no Prince-sama. Am I mad that they are doing an crossover with Hip Mike right now? And I know for a fact we're never gonna get it in English, and the fact they're redoing the game and just putting it on the Switch, even though they had it in the fucking App Store, and I'm so upset at them as a company. No. I'm gonna just put this at lower mid tier because fuck the actual company. From On Top of Poppy Hill. So I'm lucky I recently watched From On Top of Poppy Hill. I'm not gonna lie. Thought it was okay. Mid tier. Not gonna explain much. This one is the Three Sis Starting Today I'm Like Your Father. Which, yeah. Listen to me, girls. I am your father. This one is just the fucking weird one, and yeah, so just going in the shit tier just because this was one of those that I'm just like, I'm not, I no. It's just the no. The premise I just did not enjoy. This is Inu X Boku XS. So I'm not gonna lie. This one is just automatically gonna go into God tier because I enjoyed the series. It's a very short-lived one. We're never getting a sequel because I believe the creator died. If you guys haven't seen Inu X Boku SS, I really recommend it. It's super cute. Just has some hot takes and controversial stuff, I guess, with a bit of stalker stuff. But I honestly do think that this is a good show that the mangaka could have had a chance to really make, have a very bright future. Sadly, they were taken from it. Just because they are resting in peace, they're gonna put it in God tier. That's just my say on that. This is Hotarubi no Mori-e. I'm pretty sure that is the one. This one is a tearjerker. This one's a movie. If you haven't gotten a chance to go see it, please go and watch this movie. It's about a young girl who gets trapped in the spiritual plane while on the summer vacation, ends up meeting a spirit who can't touch her or hold her hand. And basically, through the year, she's been going back every summer after he saved her, and they slowly start falling in love through time. And yeah, it's a tearjerker. I'm gonna put this one in God tier because this one has actually made me cry. We're not gonna talk about Boku no Pico. It just automatically gets the grades. I believe this one is Say Your Name, and I'm gonna say mid tier. Say Your Name. Say I Love You. I said Say I Love You is okay. I enjoyed them as a couple. Nayo actually really, really enjoys this manga. I read the manga too. I was, it's okay. It's okay. It's mid. I mean, comparatively. My Little Monster, it can go in lower mid till just because Shizuka started to annoy me because she really enjoys studying or she wants to be in her alone. But it literally anytime like stuff would happen, she would literally shut down and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go study. And if it's a romance, you want that romance to happen, and she would hard stop it sometimes, and it would piss me off a little bit. Just me personally. Oh, this is Horimiya, bro. This is a terrible picture for Horimiya. This one I enjoyed. I love the couples. They were funny. The actual character development between the two as a couple and as individuals, as you guys are watching or reading the manga, was very top tier, was very good. I'm hoping that they were going to spin off with the younger brother at some point, because they did show, at the end of the manga, they had a couple of, I think a singular chapter where they talk about them growing together. And I really want to see more of that. So Horimiya is top tier. Amnesia, this is shit tier. This no. Yeah, no, this is just shit tier. Karin! Oh my god, bro. Throwback Karin or Chibi Vampire, however you want to say it. This anime, this manga was so good. I remember reading this manga, it was so good. And then I saw that it had an anime, and I was so... And me and Nayo we're starting to watch it again, and just so Nayo could have a chance to really see what I mean. I'm going to say, for me, this one is an upper mid tier because it was really really good. It was really, really nice. I enjoyed it. I'm so sorry. The Devil is a part-timer. Honestly, I thought this was more of an action show than a romance. I guess it goes to lower mid tier because I guess I didn't watch far enough for it to become a romance. This one, I know this one. This one is the angel one. Yeah, this is Sora no Otoshimono, or Heaven's Lost Property. I'm not gonna lie. This one had a weird premise. This is Baka and Tess. This one's another kind of a harem with two, but not really a harem, but it just... I enjoy this way more for the school life and slice of life, and for his best friend and that other girl, just for them to beat each other up. Not beat each other up, but the girl just beat his best friend up. And it was just funny. I'm going to say for romance and enjoyability, mid-tier. This is Golden Time. Golden Time is an upper mid-tier one. This one's very beautiful. I love the couples. I love how they got together. I enjoyed the best friend that was pretending to be gay with one another. I've never seen Please Teacher. For the Please twins. So other than the fact that this is basically saying that this is like Orimo, and I put that here in shit tier. I enjoyed the story, other than the fact that it was kind of weird that they were trying to date each other, even though they didn't know which one was the sibling. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in bottom tier. I enjoyed them as them growing and figuring out the who was related to who and who was the siblings. I'm gonna put your. This is Nagi no Asakura. This automatically, because this fucking one is so beautiful, it automatically gets in high tier. The character development, story. I don't even care that it's not a romance anime, in my opinion. Romance happens in the side peripheral of this entire show. High tier. High tier. Not top tier. High tier. Not hot. It's not top tier because there's just the best friend female, the second female lead. I did not enjoy her, and some of the interactions I was very skeptical about. Just so let's go. Kanon. Romance. It was present. Did I feel like it was an important part of it? No. So low tier. This one is the one of the girl and the mermaid, and I thought it was okay. Low tier. I don't know if it's the age gap. I don't even think there is an age gap between the two. I think that it's just that they have him really, really short. It was okay. It's kind of like an arranged marriage, kind of bottom tier. It was okay. I mean, I enjoyed the show in itself. Full Moon wo Sagashite. Sagashite, I believe it's this name, or just Full Moon in English. Did I enjoy the romance? Yeah. Did I more think this as a musical? Yeah. Did I enjoy them as a couple and potentially them falling in love and understanding one another? Yeah. So I will put this as being a mid-tier romance anime. Okay. So Yona of the Dawn anime. Yona of the Dawn anime. Very mid. Very mid. I'm waiting for the second season for this continuation because we were promised, we were greenlit for this second season. And I swear to God, I hope we get it because this manga is about to end. And how this manga is ending, guys, I am here for it. This was the best shit I've read. I'm 45 volumes in. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm ready for this stuff to happen. I am ready. My whole ass body is prepared. I say this is God tier. Ranma one half. This one is top tier. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the side couples. I enjoyed the character development over the course of the many episodes that I did see of Ranma one half. I really did enjoy it. This is Blue Spring Ride. And this one is a mid one. I didn't enjoy the male character in this one, and I just feel like he was just bland a little bit, in my opinion. I believe this one is one of the the fox one, Inari no Konkon, or one of those, something like that, and I find this one to be cute. I enjoyed the fox spirit falling in love and the girl who is also trying to fall in love. I feel like this one is an upper. It's really Tsubasa Chronicles. Okay, so this one is one of the better Clamp series. I think the only other one other than Chobits that were on here. I remember seeing that correctly. And yeah, I'm gonna just put this in high tier. It's okay. I like Fi and Kurogane as another character, another ship or pairing or couple in this one that is just funny and hilarious. Genkai Shoujo no Ozaki-kun, or Weekly Girls Ozaki-kun. I'm gonna say it's a mid tier. I enjoyed it. It was funny. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed all the characters' dynamics and their interactions. Do I wish there was more of it? Yes. Do I wish it was not in the small comic 4-panel comic style that it is in its manga? A little bit more. I would prefer that it wasn't. But I completely understand. This one is Kotara-san. This one is a mid-tier one because I enjoyed them as a couple. I enjoyed them as their relationship grows. Do I wish that there was actually a little bit more sustenance to the plot? Because after you technically get through her technical quote-unquote trauma, the plot slowly fades. I feel like it wasn't much there. Like, the plot wasn't like a main key focus, because, sometimes it doesn't have to be. But, like, the whole, like, beginning of the first episode made it seem like it was going to be something that was reoccurring throughout the entire series. July and April. This was spoiled for me. So I'm gonna give it top god tier because anyone who's watched your July and April rants and raves about it, saying it's a really good anime. It's really sad. But I really recommend you guys going. This is my love story. My love story, I will say it is upper to mid tier. Mainly because I enjoyed the couple. This is something that you wouldn't see that often, but you do see where a semi-unattractive guy gets with a pretty girl. And I feel like that is something that like where the character demographics of romance anime, where they're more of a diverse cast, really will help out. I just and this is just me, and I know it was because of the trope and that, but they didn't have to do my boy that bad about his body and his side, making it kind of like the whole haha kichi tongue-in-cheek kind of moments. Really feel like they didn't have to do it in some of the instances. This one is Aishiteru Baby. It's not like a weird one. He actually gets with one of his classmates. It's not with the little girl. It's just that he ends up taking as a primary caregiver, and basically he's kind of like a single father. And I really enjoyed that. I say it's a high tier. Next up is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? This one is another one where this is not a romance anime. There's romance elements in it where it's a harem anime, yes, but it does not constitute as a romance anime, but it is very beautiful, and I do enjoy all the females that end up falling for Belle. Next up is Vampire Knight. So, before anyone asks me, I am a Zero stan. I do not give a fuck if you guys liked Kaname. If you are a Kaname apologizer, get the fuck out of my chat. I do not fuck with Kaname and Yuki end up being together. That shit's just fucking weird. I'm going to say that, but even though it's controversial, it's a mid tier. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show. I hate how it ended. I'm with everyone where I'm like, the only sin is that she did not end up with Zero, rather and ended up with Kaname. This one is Yamada and the Seven Witches. Once again, this one it's a lower mid tier. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just the circumstances of how of the gimmick of the show is of Kim kissing and switching bodies with everyone, and them falling for him for some reason or another. And I guess it was fine, but in all honesty, the only one that was good for him was the blonde girl who he first ended up with. I feel like everyone else was just like, yeah, they were just there. So that's why it's a lower mid tier. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. It had a good plot. It got a little bit of a story, but for the most part, it was just like the rest of the girls as a part of the harem anime didn't need to be there. And like they weren't, in my opinion, there wasn't much redeeming qualities there. And when I watch a harem anime, it's like you guys want to make me root for all of the females to be the one that ends up with them. If I have to be like, oh, I didn't like this waifu, then there's no point for that waifu to be. And that's what I'm saying. For a lot of harem animes, like even Deers, I was like rooting for any of the female leads to go there. Or like in Shuffle, like I was still rooting for a lot of the girls to end up with the other people, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like you got to make me root for the couple to be there. Next up is D and Angel. I'm not gonna lie, I'm biased as fuck when it comes to this show. I loved the manga. I own the original Tokyo something, whatever it was, Tokyo Pop release books of the ones that were in English, 1 through 11. There's a new set of books coming out, and I kid you not, I will own all of them. They're beautiful. I am buying this. This is the top tier shit. I enjoyed the couples. I enjoyed them. I'm here to finally see how this manga fucking ends, because if it gets canceled before I get the reprint of this series, I will literally cry and do a shitstorm, because I've been waiting literal fucking years for this fucking show, this fucking anime, and this manga to be finished, so I know how it ends. So I am very happy. This is some god tier. I don't care. I do not care if you guys say, well, the anime's pretty mid. Because Niall hates this fucking anime. And I'm just like, I don't give a damn. This show was awesome. I'm glad it's getting a reprint of its manga. Hello? Next up, Romeo x Juliet. This is mid tier. This is lower tier. Low tier. Because Romeo x Juliet, it's Romeo and Juliet basically thing. I enjoyed the changes that was made to the show, but it's Romeo and Juliet. If you guys read Romeo and Juliet, you know that misunderstandings and convoluted, and they die. You didn't know they die? Well, you must be not old enough to read Shakespeare yet. But yeah, I just really, I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the songs. I enjoyed the OST. By itself being a romance anime and being a Shakespeare story, there's not really much Shakespeare elements other than the fact that, you know, they're opposite families, you know, dying. But yeah. Fruits Baskets, the OG original, selected, and we're in this row. This automatically just goes all the way up here to being top tier. This one is the top tier. I really enjoyed the original art style. I'm happy that I got a renewed art style. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the manga. I had originally owned the original set of the Fruits Baskets. I no longer do because moving stuff like that. But will I get the new hardback covers? Yes, they were very beautiful, and I can't wait to own them. But Fruits Baskets is a top tier, one of the top tier animes. Your School Rumble, you're okay. Did I think of this as a romance anime? Not really. Was it more of a comedy, skit type slice of life? Yes. So lower mid tier. For being a romance anime, no. Snow White and the Red Hair. Snow White and the Red Hair, for me, if I'm honest, it's mid tier. It was good. I never finished reading the manga. We own the manga. It's just not been on my TBR for a while, and that isn't because I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed the anime. I know I enjoyed reading a certain point to the manga, but then we finally bought the rest of it, and we haven't gotten a chance to. I haven't gotten a chance to read it, and you know, looking back on it and me like recalling, like it was okay. I enjoyed them as a couple. Do I wish that she may have ended up with maybe like Obi or someone rather than Zen? In my personal opinion, yes, but he's not the main love interest, and you know, from my understanding, it was okay. It's okay for now. Love Stage is the other BL one that I'm gonna put this at upper mid tier because the main couple, I don't mind them. In the anime, they were really cute. They were adorable. He's literally just a puppy dog, and then he's just kind of a little bit of an asshole. These two are funny as fuck as being the side couple. I enjoyed them way more than I do the main couple, which is the reason why this is an upper and mid tier. Is because if I can root for the main couple and a side pairing, usually I'll enjoy the show a little bit more. Next up is Ouran High School Host Club. This is automatically going into upper mid tier. Rather than, you know, put it in high tier. And the reason why it's not higher on the list is because the anime it does what anime does best in the early 2000s, where they had to change the ending because the ending wasn't out. And Ouran High School is one of those ones that I have a very much a nostalgia check, and I have also finished actually reading the manga. And I know how it ends. I know what happens. I know generally the premise of it. Do I enjoy it? Yes. Was it a good one? Did I feel like romance and was good? I think it was like barely there. So this one's a reverse harem. I don't really feel like this one necessarily needed to be a romance anime, really, because one, technically, there's only technically two love interests in this entire show that actually are gunning for Haruhi, and that's what I'm saying. Like, there's only two, and the two that do, they did a wonderful job in, you know, wrapping it up and tying in who ended up with Haruhi in the end, ended up ending her in the end. And I felt like this one ended very well. Like, this was one of the ones that I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't wish to change anything. Like, this was one of the shows that I was like, I'm actually satisfied. I'm actually satisfied how it ended, who she ended up with. No changes needed to be made. Next up is Nijiro Days. I'm basing this off of anime. I currently own all of the manga, and I haven't gotten a chance to finish reading all of the manga. And from the one season of Rainbow Days that I was able to see, this one is upper mid tier here because I enjoyed all 4 castings and who they ended up with in their relationships, how they're going about their relationships from the bits and pieces of the manga that I remember reading. It was really good. Well, yeah. And you thought there is never a girl online. Okay, so this is the one where basically you fell in love with someone and he was a dude, and they told him online that he was a dude, and he got his heart broken. Then he fell in love with this other girl and was going to get married to her online, but then she also was a real life person, and they ended up together. And I'm going to say, with that premise, it is very much cute and cool. Mid tier, the ecchi streams was just kind of weird, and not like weird, but it's like one of those situations where you're looking at the ecchi, is like, this was made for the fan service at this point. The target demographic wasn't me, and I know this, but it's there, and I was like, okay, that happened. Kiss Him Not Me. This automatically, I learned later on that the Kohai, the younger senpai, and then the blonde boy, they end up quote unquote together, and like in the spinoff. And I'm so here for the spinoff because I'm hoping it gets released in English. And you can call me a Fujoshi if you want, a fucking Fujo. But with that in mind, and the fact that I was rooting for her to end up with her senpai from the beginning, and that happened. Sorry, spoiler alert. But that was beautiful. I enjoyed that she didn't end up with the ones that were superficial. I enjoyed that for Kiss Him Not. Like, she stayed true to herself. Is I've always liked you. And then, like, there's, like, this one right here. It's, like, 20 centimeters apart. I'll do these together. For the first film with I've Always Liked You, I'm not gonna lie, it was good. I enjoyed it. Do I wish, because there's, like, this white-haired character that's in love with the main female lead in this movie. I really wish that they showed him getting with someone or going through that process of being rejected a little bit more and showing that. Am I upset that it didn't get showed? No. Do I wish it could have happened or shown more screen time with any of the other characters? Yes. I would put this one as high tier just because some of it left me wanting more than what was provided. And so when the other one came out, this one felt nice because it only focused around this couple and not multiple couples. And this couple I really did enjoy. I'm going to give this one top tier because I enjoyed them. I enjoyed their character growth and their adaptations, and the fact that as individuals they grew separately and then came back to each other. I do enjoy that. World End. What do you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us? This one is another one that I'm not gonna lie, this one is another tearjerker. And with things how it ended and stuff like that, I'm gonna put it at upper mid tier because the romance was there. It wasn't a center focal point of the entire show. It was something that was just there peripherally that happened and I enjoyed. Next is Kami-sama Kiss. This one is super cute, super adorable. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember how this one ended. I want to collect the manga of this one, but with good conscience, I can't give it a higher top tier because I don't remember how it ended. From based off the anime seasons of 1 and 2, I say it's upper mid tier. It's really good. It's cute. I enjoyed the main couple of these two, and yeah. I think this one is Convenience Store Friends. This one was just kind of a slice of life and going together. It was basically just a school rom-com. I will say lower to mid tier because I'm not gonna lie, it was they came out with some funny like situations and scenes. Them as a couples, I would more say like the best friends couples rather than the main couple, and that's sad. I know I haven't been playing devil's advocate where I say sometimes if it has a side couple where I'm more invested, I'll probably put it up higher. But it depends, and by this I'm gonna explain. If it's the main couple is enjoyable, they have character and they're fine. They're like they have that character growth and development. And then there's a side couple that actually gets the same amount of character development and love. I will usually like rank that show higher. But the caveat in this one is the main couple in this one I felt was very lacking, and the side couple actually I felt like had way more substance to it than the main couple. That's what I'm getting at. Kimi no Nawa, this was a cute film. It was not one of my favorite romance films. Was it really good? Yes. I'm gonna put it in upper mid tier. It's okay. MMO Junkie. This one is really. This one's more of an adult romance, which I love to see. I would love to see way more adults anime where they get and fall in love and have like the romance and falling for each other and showing like the adult's life of falling in love rather than you meet in high school and then you fall in love. Like a lot of these kind of are. I feel hopefully we can make that transition where there is more like an adult. I already said this. Junjo Romantica, I'm biased as fuck. This has one of my first ever BLs, and it is going in top tier mostly just because of the Hiroki and Nowaki. The rest of the couples, I'm sorry, I could give two shits. I'm not gonna lie. Usagi-san and I forgot his name weirds me the fuck out. The same thing with the third couple. They weird me the fuck out. But Nowaki and Hiroki, I'm all here for you, babies. You're top tier. Just them by themselves is top tier. The rest of them can go in the shit tier. Next, Wotakoi. Like I said, this is an adult romance one where they are talking about it. This one is top tier. Yes, I could put this in God tier because this one is really fucking good. I would put it in God tier because it really was that fucking good. Fanart and Fanart After Story, they automatically just get high tier because one, they're beautiful. The harems, like these harems were beautiful. The characters, like in their interaction with the main boy and like the side of being a part of a light novel, make a visual novel, not light novel. It made me more tearjerker, and they were really good. And this Fanart After Story in itself is just fucking just beautiful. So both of these just go into high tier because technically they're part of the same season and same show. And I don't want to separate them because in my opinion, Clan at the first part can just go into like maybe lower mid tier because in all honesty, I wasn't really rooting for any of the other girls, but they made sense for when you watch Clan and After Story because you can see their interaction with one another to help push the after story forward, if that makes sense. Because you get to see all the same characters and stuff like. As Miss Beelzeblood likes it, this one is a cute one. The animation was good. Will I say it's a good romance anime? No. Was slice of life? Yes. More of a workplace kind of balance? Yes. Mid tier. Carolyn Tuesday? I'm gonna lie. Someone tell me who's the romance in? Is it between the two? If so, I'm so sorry. I did not see the lesbian couple in them. I thought they were just best of friendos, and I'm so very sorry to anyone that I've offended by saying this wasn't a Yuri or a GL. I'm so sorry if it was. I thought it was just a cool musical anime, and I'm very sorry, but it's not, to me, it wasn't a romance, so lower mid tier, but a musical anime taste, this is a fucking top tier anime. Kaguya Love is War, this one, I'm not gonna lie, this is funny, but it goes in lower mid tier because at certain points, I'm just like, just say you like one another. Why is all these erratics, the theater type shit happening in this show. Why is it happening? Why is it happening now? Why are we doing this? It was just over. It's kind of over the top. Quintessent quintuplets. This is what I say. This is where it's a good romance anime where there's a harem. I was rooting for all of these guys to end up with him. I don't know who he ended up with because at the end they all looked the same and they all reverted kind of how their hair looked, so they all looked the same. So I cannot ended up with. If there was actually a preferred one that he ended up with, and someone needs to tell me because I don't know who he ended up with because they all looked the same and by the end. Fruits baskets. Where's the other fruits baskets? Because this one just needs to join it because it was just a remaster and finishing up the actual story in tandem when hand in hand. And I believe, I don't know where it is. So I'm going to just slap this up here at top tier and just do a little scanny scan. If I put it lower, I was mistaken because this ended the show in perfectly because how it ended in the manga. Was it nice? Yes. I don't know where the fuck I said it. God damn it. I don't think it's in the low tier. It shouldn't be. In the high tier. Wherever it is, Fruits Basket is meant to be up here with the top tier because God tier because it was just that good. Last but not least, Toradora. Toradora is one of the ones that I started out with my romance, one of my first earlier romance ones that I remember that was good. I'm going to give this one upper mid tier because it was good. I enjoyed them as a character. I enjoyed the side characters. Really, I enjoyed the plot and the storyline and all that. So I was really, really excited. So yeah, I'm going to ignore all of the shows that I don't know. And let me show you. This is our our tier list. There we go. Where got our God, our top tier, here our high tier, upper mid tier, lower tier, low tier, and bottom tier, and then the shit tier. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of video. Hope to see you guys again soon. Till next time, my wonderful dear crewmates, this is your Captain Luna. Bye for now. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this video to help me get boosted in the algorithm. Hope you can check me out live on my Twitch and on here on YouTube. For my Twitch is twitch.tv/lunaorionvt. Please go and check me out during my live stream. Currently going to be going live Monday through Thursdays and starting around 7:30 PST. Hope to see you guys all again soon. Bye bye for now.